To a few is given that godlike rare release. This is in the context of Ashwapati's yoga tapasya as an individual. His soul is already released from the lower bondages. He has the secret knowledge of the working of nature and soul in the cosmic functioning. Purusha and Prakriti, their play, their role, and the drive towards things, the way in which things are moving. It is in that context Ashwapati has now come to a stage when he must get total freedom of the spirit. His spirit must be free of the working of nature, of Prakriti. The witness Purusha, who was standing back in a way, has to come forward and take possession of his own nature. A thinking being in an unthinking world has arrived. A thinking being in an unthinking world, that is the arrival of the mental being in this creation. There was the material, objective world, then came life, birds, beasts, animals, but there was no thinking being, there was no mental being. But when the thinking being arrives, then do open out the possibilities of a greater destiny for man. With the arrival of thinking being, the greater destiny can also start moving towards the future. In order that man must fulfill himself, he must recreate all the faculties which he has, which are in his possession. Those he must utilize and recreate this world around him. He must fashion a new world. That is the potential present in him. He must fashion a new world. This he must do because he is the self above nature. He is the self above fate, because he can get rid of the ignorance that is on his yoke, on his neck as a yoke. Ashwapati is concerned with this greater destiny. This has in fact become the mission of his life, the mission of his yoga tapasya, the mission of his taking a mortal birth. His soul's release from nature is there. He has the secret knowledge of things. He knows the process through which the moments of time take place, of the things that should happen, and he must also know that body cannot rule the soul. Body's rules for Ashwapati no more bound his soul. Life does not stop with the heartbeat stopping. Death does not break in when the breathing stops. But that is not sufficient. Ashwapati has to go further. Now it is in that context that he has a call upon him, call from the intangible heights. Even as he moves in the soul companionship of silence, he received a call. A golden influence impresses upon him. A golden influx floods him. A force comes down in his mortal limbs. Eternal seas of bliss approaching from distance. He feels the invasion of a nameless joy. He becomes aware of his occult source. He becomes aware of the source from where he has come. The omniscient ecstasy is filling his life members. His body is rapturous with that ecstasy. He becomes the center of the illimitable. He is the arrow shot into the parent sun from where he had come. Death lies beneath him like a gate of sleep. Death, like a gate of sleep, lies beneath him at his feet. He bears in the whole process the attack of the inconscient force, the dragon tail whipping him. He bears that with the mighty force which is there in his possession. But he mounts like a cone of fire, burning straight up, like a cone of fire, like a cone of burning fire. He climbs up sky above sky. Such is a release given to a few. Ashwapati has that release now. His spirit is free. To a few he is given that godlike release.